the topic of the discussion and hit the issues you typically find reluctant. Remove the facade to fill the gap with some substance. We undermining problems, expecting to overcome it. Please hold the applause. We doing it for the cause. People follow culture before they follow the laws. We rather face the friction and not attempt it at all. Persistence will find solutions once our contentment dissolves. There's a hard pill to swallow for anyone breathing, both for folks who stay woke and those who be dreaming. We ain't slaves, yet we still ain't experienced freedom. What we need is the keys to access the kingdom. We're all in this fallen world trying to stay intact. I'm just a beggar, point you out to where the bread is at. So follow the breadcrumbs like Hansel and Gretel. Thank Yogi Bear and the thought engineer for that on
You hitting that robot on? I think you got froze. There you go. Man Talk Mondays. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Monday night. I am Derek, the Thought Engineer, here with my man, comedian John Yogi. How you doing, man?
Man, I am good. I am good, man. I'm ready for the show tonight. This is going to be a great one. I can't hardly wait to get into it, man.
Oh, yeah. We got a good one tonight. Before we get into it, we just got to remind y'all, this is Man Talk Mondays. It's an open forum where we talk about everything from religion to politics to relationships. But, of course, we're doing it from a man's perspective. Now, keep in mind, this is not just for men. We want everybody to participate. No matter who you are, where you are, we want to hear from you. Now, how you participate is you go into the comments. You can drop your question, drop your comment. We can see this, and this is how you have the conversation with us. But you are part of the conversation. So make sure we want to hear from you. So let us know how you feel about what we're talking about. Interact with us so we can get you into the conversation, right? So we want y'all listening so that you can participate, right? Mr. Ty. What's going on, Mr. Ty Swanson? How you doing, man? Thanks for joining us. We got my man, Anthony Burns. What's good?
We got the brothers in the house.
Thank everybody for joining us. Woo woo! Fellas in the house tonight. We need to hear from the fellas.
Yes.
We need to hear from the ladies too, because the fellas got some questions. We want to know what's going on, but we're gonna get into that in a minute. So we want to remind you, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, go to Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're watching us. Make sure you go and you like us. You subscribe to our YouTube channel, everything. Also, subscribe to our podcast. We have a new episode. We put up a new episode up every week. You can find it on Apple, Google, Spotify, wherever you go to listen to podcasts. Just make sure you go and check us out. Got a whole bunch of episodes. You can go back and check out a lot of stuff that we've done so far. So by all means, feel free to go and check it. You can listen to it anytime you want to, right? At your leisure, so to speak. So just make sure you go by, you check that out, right? So we got a segment that we do called Man Talk About It. Man Talk About It. This is our time to discuss some things that are happening in the world around us, or sometimes, you know, if you got something on your heart, you got something you want to share that's troubling you, that's bothering you, you can drop us a letter. You go to mantalkmondays1@gmail.com. You can send your letter. We keep everything anonymous, so we ain't gonna put your business in the streets. So don't worry about it. But if you got something that you want a man's perspective on, just write us, let us know, right? But also we take this time to just talk about some things that's going on. Just kind of let you know how some men feel about these particular things. So that being said, I'm pretty sure a lot of you know, because it's been in the news, Bill Cosby is out of jail. Bill Cosby, they let him go.
You know, when I first heard this, man,
Now, there's a lot of controversy around this. What you think?
When I first heard this, I didn't really know how to feel. I'm serious. I didn't know whether to be happy. I didn't know whether to be mad. I didn't know how to feel. I'm like, you know, because Bill was one of our black superheroes, and you don't want to see Superman go to jail.
You say Superman go to jail. Now, for those who don't know, there was a stipulation. The one lady that they really used to put him in jail, the case they really used to put him in jail, there was a stipulation in the settlement. She got $4 million, and part of the settlement was that he couldn't be brought up on criminal charges behind this. And I think the DAs changed, and the new DA went after him based on the case, right? And now they went back and reviewed it and said they shouldn't have done that because of the agreement that was made, and he shouldn't have never been in there. Now, they're not saying that he didn't do whatever, but they're saying based on this particular point, he should not have been in prison for that. If I'm Bill, you better give me my $4 million back. I want my money back. Give me my money.
If I went to jail for it and I wasn't supposed to, because the $4 million was supposed to stop me from going to jail. I guess I hadn't really thought about that, but yeah, he should get his money back. He should get either he get his money back, right, or she got to drink from the cup. That's all I'm saying.
And Phylicia Rashad caught a lot of heat because she was like, she was glad he was out and she put something out there, and man, people came for her.
But Bill like family though to her though. Bill, I mean, you know how we do, man. When we get close to people, they like a cousin, a distant cousin on our mama's daddy's friends' cousin side. You know, Bill like family to her, man. I can see that.
Right.
I don't know if it was that great of an idea to put it on social media. Yes. Yeah, exactly.
But you know, we know we support people. You know, Pookie shot up that gas station. He shot up that liquor store. You know he did. He went to jail, but as soon as he get out, we throw a party for him. Welcome home, Pookie. All this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So she shows some love to Bill, but now she's catching all the heat.
Before he get out of jail, we're gonna have free Pookie t-shirts on. I'm just saying.
Right. That's what I'm saying. But yes, Bill is out. And let me just say, any of your heroes, any people that you hold in high esteem, let me just tell you, when you get down to it, you don't really want to know them on a personal level. You don't want to dig into their life and know what they've been up to, what they've been doing. And at the same time, it's easy to pass judgment on people when you haven't experienced life at the level that they've lived it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's something you got to be aware of too.
Well, because we love people for their gifts. We don't love them for the type of person that they are. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true. Well, speaking of, you got gifts. There's a gifted young lady, Tabitha Brown. Tabitha Brown has been tearing it up recently. She's been on shows. I think she's on The Chi, and you know all her social media is blowing up. And now, I mean, she has her own seasoning. She got a seasoning with, I forgot what the company, a famous company, McCormick's. Yeah. Mm-hmm. She got a seasoning. So she doing her thing. Mm-hmm. So she been blessed enough. Her husband was a cop for 15 years. He worked to support her dream. And the dream was to eventually bring him home, or at least get him off that job so he could pursue his dreams. Well, she had the opportunity to do this now. She spoke about it, or she publicized it, and Wendy Williams voiced her opinion about it, and she wasn't too pleased with this particular decision of Tabitha Brown to retire her husband from the police force.
I'm just curious, man. We often say that it's the white man trying to keep us down. No, it ain't them. It's us. How you gonna speak on this woman on your TV, on your show, man? Give her the respect at least. you from one celeb to another celebrity to call her, establish that relationship with her, and then tell her how you feel and what might be the consequence for what she's doing. You know, I don't know. Somebody got to make me understand. I don't get it. You don't even know her. How you gonna put your mouth on me? You don't even know me like that. Can you give me the common courtesy at least? Is to reach out to me, hey, because you know my number. You know my number. You can get a hold of me. I ain't hiding. You know what I'm saying? That's common courtesy.
Well, Wendy Williams has been known for being out of pocket with stuff she does. But Miss Tabitha Brown, the clapback, was so classy. And for those of you who know Tabitha Brown, her Tabitha Brown way, she was, sis, I don't know, you know, what's going on in your world, and I wish nothing but the best for you, blessing. You know, and she never seen a clap back like this before.
Never.
She set a standard.
No. She did. She
set a standard.
Yes. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. So
Tabitha Brown would be holding clapback class. She'll be holding clapback classes coming up soon.
Yes, as she should. As she should, sir. As she should. Oh boy.
Hey, she ended up making a lot of money off that one, man. Especially today.
Hey, man. Well, it's one thing to say the type of person that you are, talk about the type of person that you are, but then when conflicts come, you have an opportunity to show the world the type of person that you are. Because, brother, I was like, oh, no, you didn't. You better go get her. And she was like, no, my sister, I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray that you find a man that loves you and that will cherish you. I'm like, what?
Bruh. Yeah. I'm like Concy said, it was all the way classy. It was just classy. We need more like her. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, everybody got an opinion about stuff you do. Charlotte says, but if she can afford to, then do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she can afford to. Plus, this was the agreement they had. It was supposed to be 5 years, but it stretched out to 15 years. That's what she said. 5 years turned to 15 years, but he still supported her. And so in honor for him supporting her, she held up her end. I'm going to get you off that job so you can pursue your dreams. Constance said it sounded like Jesus guided her words.
you know, hey man, you're right, brother. You're right. She did that.
So you talk about people having an opinion. Everybody has an opinion about this next topic. Miss Sha'Carri Richardson's failed drug test. Going into the Olympics, right? She killed it for the Olympic trials, the U.S. Olympic trials. She came in first for the 100, and she was set to be the main person for the 100. And then they drug tested her, and she got caught with THC or weed in her system.
You know what's troubling about this is I'm hearing so many people saying, well, they shouldn't be testing her for that. Everybody's making excuses for her. Listen, man, I love my black brothers and sisters just like everybody else do. But we got to learn to play the rules, man. Listen, they're not going to give us no do-overs. They're not going to give us none of that. We got to be better than they do. That ain't fair. No, that ain't fair. But they don't let nobody get away with that. They don't let. And why y'all think we going to be the one that let get away with it? And how y'all going to say that don't have nothing to do with the Olympics or her running? If her smoking weed. Is that not a drug? Is that not a drug? And especially with some of the weed y'all smoking today. They should kick you out for 5 years with some of the weed y'all smoking today. That's
but
what I heard.
The weed they smoke today, you might as well get some crack, man. Man, they crazy with this stuff. But here's my problem. Here's my problem with the whole thing. Listen, I understand you want to support her. You know, times have changed and we shouldn't be held by the same standards anymore. Like Constance said, they let Michael Phelps compete still. I think Michael Phelps thing came afterwards. Now, they may have found out about it, but to John's point, we can't sit up there and act like the rules are the same for everybody. They not. The rules are there to catch the ones they want to catch.
Why do we keep
I feel like
the game ain't fair. The game ain't fair. Why y'all want fairness? Stop it. Put the weed down and bag up slow. Just put the weed down. Ain't nobody said that. Ain't nobody say, she just need to start smoking weed. Because this ain't her first time. She a weed smoker. I love her, baby. She can run fast. But she a weed smoker. We're not going to address that. Somebody need to be trying to get us some help.
Right.
Somebody help me.
Right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Well, my thing is, this is how we slip into things getting worse. Because everybody is saying, they should everybody smoke weed now. This shouldn't even be a thing that you testing for. The NFL, NBA, they don't test for it no more. So everybody should follow suit now but here's the thing. Whenever a famous person that we like does something or they get caught with something, our sympathy for that person pushes us to allow something that we didn't allow before. And society starts to slip away. And we wonder what's happening in society. It's the subtle things you got to watch out for.
If your job tell you not to smoke or don't do drugs and they piss test you and you burn the bottom of the cup out, you gonna argue that. You gonna say that ain't really no drug. That ain't no drug. That ain't really no drug. What do it do? It ain't really no drug. No, you gonna be fired. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it.
Right. Right.
This ain't.
My condolences to her for the loss of her mother. That is a tough thing, understandably, but we don't have the luxury not to think ahead. We got to think ahead. So we got to be one step ahead. When I say we, I'm talking about African Americans. Let's just be real. I mean, you waiting on everything to be fair. Keep waiting. Life is not fair.
True.
Life is not fair.
True.
Which says you got to always be on guard. You got to always be watching. You know what I'm saying? So she got caught up. She got caught up. I hope she bounces back from this. I hope she does. I hope she got a good team around her to help her bounce back from this. But depending on how she handles this, is my opinion, my feeling. Depending on how she handles this, she might not come back from it. Come back to the place where she will be number one. Because you always got people gunning for you. And if you give them any advantage, they're going to take it. So I say, bitch, be aware.
Wow. Hey, man, I'll prayers going out to her. Prayers going out to her.
Yeah.
Right now.
Constance said, as of right now, she is on a suspension. She still has a chance. Yeah, she still has a chance to compete. She just can't compete in the event that she was supposed to compete in, which is, that's sad.
Yeah.
So.
Well, let's get it.
So there's a lot of women. There's a lot of women sad. A lot of women are sad. Bringing us to the point at hand tonight. Because you got a lot of women sad because men are not pursuing anymore. So sometimes we get people who they see us, they catch us in conversation. They be like, "Oh man, won't y'all talk about this on Man Talk Mondays?" Where we happen to get a good one, right? A young lady wanted to know what happened to the chase. Say men aren't pursuing women like they used to. They not putting in the work like they used to. Chivalry is dead in the whole nine. She was complaining. She was, distraught. She wanted to know what is going on. That's what we here for, to give you the man perspective.
Okay, so let's deal with the chivalry part of it. See, women, y'all need to make up y'all mind what y'all want. I can't be no more honest. We don't know what y'all want. If I open the door for you, you say you don't have to open the door for me. I'm just as good open my door for myself as you are. I can do this. I don't need a man for nothing. Hey, I don't know what to do no more. If I'm dating, I'm just sitting in the corner saying kumbaya because I don't know what to do when it comes to women and what y'all want. Y'all also control whether or not chivalry is dead or not. Allow men to do some of these things. Well, let men know that you still like that. It's up to y'all. We're trying to please y'all. And also, to that, why men ain't chasing, y'all ain't running no more. If you get up off the floor.
So what is let's define the chase. What is chasing? What is chasing? You say men aren't chasing anymore. Women, let us know. What's the chase for you? How do you like a man to chase you? How do you like to be pursued? Because like John said, there's a disconnect. We don't know anymore. You back and forth. If a man opens a door for you, he's being sexist. If he, you know what I'm saying? So we like, what we supposed to do? Constance said it right. Constance said before, women play too many games. Anthony agrees. What's up with the game? Y'all confusing the men.
Well, you know what's confusing to the men, D? What's confusing to the men, D, is they don't want everybody to chase them. They don't want everybody. They don't want everybody to chase them. They just want that select few guys to chase them. But the one they really want, they willing to chase. Oh, yeah, I said that. You don't want everybody. You don't want everybody to chase. You do not want everybody to chase you. You give a pass to the dudes that you really want. And the ones that you kind of selling for, you want to be pursued by them because you think you should be. Because of what you bring, but how you look, or how fine you think you are, or the money that you got, or whatever it is you bring to the table. Please, somebody tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. D, am I wrong, D?
No, I agree with you. Because here's the thing. I've seen it happen so many times. Women can have a standard. Oh, man got to do this to be with me. He got to do X, Y, Z until Pretty Ricky come along. All the standards go out the window. We toss away all the standards. You can't make exceptions for Pretty Ricky. You got to you got to keep the standards in place so men know what it is that you want. You can't say you want men to do X, Y, Z, and then when Pretty Ricky come along, all that goes away because that sends a mixed signal to the men who are actually trying to pursue you. Okay, so Jeffrey says, I can't speak for other men, but God forbid I flirt with a woman I find attractive, but she's not attracted to me. In 2021, that's sexual harassment. Also, I ain't wasting my time, energy, and hard-earned resources to be friend zoned or only called when she hungry. I'm not paying for it while Johnny Neckbone, Crematavius, and Hoodarian still getting it for free. Wow. Wow.
Because somebody getting it for free. Again, listen, if a Dallas Cowboy run through there, and you can have all the standards you want up in the world, but if you get a chance to date a Dallas Cowboy, tell me you not hit. So you telling me you want him to pursue you? So wait. You telling me you want him to open the door for you? Because y'all ain't gonna make him open the door for you, girl. You just gonna be glad to ride in the car with him because you're gonna be bragging to your friends about, hey, girl, listen, I'm dating such and such. So when you get out of the car with him, now you want me to pursue you. You want me to pursue you. Maybe somebody please make me understand. Because if you that type of woman, I'm really confused. It's confusing to me. It's confusing to me.
Okay, so I think we got somebody talking about what the chase is. Brandy said, clear communication, showing up, being there when you say you are, clearly stating, I want to date you.
Is that the chase though?
Here's
the chase. That's not no. First of all, I don't believe that people have clearly stated that they want to date since the 70s. So I'm almost certain that it's kind of an assumed kind of thing. And then pursuing means you want to be in control of the relationship. You want to control what's being done and what's not being done. And because you don't have that control, now you got a problem with why ain't they pursuing? Well, once just ask the real question. Why are women not controlling relationships anymore? That's what we're really trying to figure out. It ain't about who chasing. You just want to control the relationship.
But here's the problem, and I've heard this several times. They say women are the gatekeepers to sex, but men are the gatekeepers to relationships.
Mm-hmm.
So when if you with a guy and y'all done did everything couples do, and you go to him and you like, so now I'm trying to see what are we exactly, and he say, well, I ain't trying to put no labels on us and all this type of stuff. You done played yourself. You played yourself. The standards can't come afterwards. Standards can't come after. It's got to come before. So Mika says, I'm about to give John and Tabitha Brown clap back. Keep on. Why should women want all men to chase them? Okay. So Mika, are you saying that women should be chasing? Are you saying women should be chasing? Help us out. Clarify. Should the women be chasing now? Because this is modern times, right? Are we wanting women to chase now? Okay, Mika says it's not about control. We want to know that a man wants a relationship.
Well, if you want to know that, keep your legs closed before you let him somersault in you. You should know about this stuff before.
Somersault.
You should want to know about this stuff. Listen, let me tell you why I said it, D. Because there ain't nobody better in the bed than a man who ain't got no relationship with you. There ain't nobody better. Ain't nobody finna act more of a fool than that dude that can do that and get up and go home. I'm just saying. Listen.
I'm just saying.
Because he gonna get up and go home. Because he going home. I'm just saying, man.
Listen, women, there is power in denying a man something that he's after. Because here's the thing: if men are hunters, if we are pursuers, if we are hunters by nature, then wherever the hunt takes us, we gonna go. We gonna go. But if the fish are jumping in the boat, if they just jumping in the boat, I ain't even got to throw my rod out. You know what I'm saying?
Man, listen. And everybody has been a fish that has jumped in a boat. Everybody has been a fish that jumped in a boat. Now we can all say, no, that was never me. And you lying, and you lying, and you lying. We know who we want to compromise with, and we know what we're not compromising with. Let's just be honest, man. I just think it's about control, because when somebody's pursuing you, you are in control of that. When a man doesn't, he's in control, and most women cannot stand not being in control of the relationship. That's what I got, man.
You know what I'm finding out. sometimes I go in Clubhouse and I listen to people talk about relationships, or anywhere I go listen, people are trying to figure out how they can control the outcome of the relationship. Because when I can't control you, that means I have to trust you. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to trust nobody. I just want to be able to say what I want and get what I want without trusting or being vulnerable to that other person, that they're going to give me what I want without me having the control. People don't want to be hurt. Nobody wants to be hurt. It's a gamble. Listen, relationships are a risk. They are a risk, but you can minimize the risk by watching your standards and upholding those standards across the board. So you can't make an exception for Ray because Errol, Rodney, and all the rest of them, they watching. And they're going to say, oh, so is that what we're doing now?
Because what happens, you create an MO. That's methodology. That's your method of operating. And so once you start compromising and doing things that you normally wouldn't do, or you think you're hiding, people get used to you doing certain things and being a certain way. And now that you like, well, no, that's not who I am no more. What they do that at? What they just change that? Because our men are judged by what they've done in the past. But y'all just want to 86 that one with y'all. No, you can't. It's to me again. I still feel you want that because you want to control. You want to control it and give guys unexpected or unreal expectations about what it's going to take to date you.
So I'm curious. I want to know, for any women that's out there listening, how do you let a man know what you want? Y'all let me know. Drop me a comment. Let me know. How do you let a man know what you want? So the communication is clear on what the standard is. How do you let me? I want to know. Somebody talk to me. Let me know. How do you let me know what you want?
When you in corporate America, you'll never have more bargaining power than you have when you're first applying for that job and they're interviewing you to show what you're worth, to show what you're bringing, to show your true value. And it's the same with relationships, guys. You can't get the job and talk about, whoa. I need more money than this. You know what I had told y'all, but I'm really worth double that. I changed my mind. We've already hired you for the job. This is what we pay. You have to get your money and put your expectations out on the table when you first are getting interviewed for the job. Ain't no going back talking about now. See, I was going through that day and no. D, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. You don't get no more bargaining.
But that's a word right there. That's a word right there. Negotiations are over once the engagement happens. You can't negotiate on the back end. All the negotiations have to happen on the front end because that's where the clear expectations are set. Like he said, listen, relationships are transactional. If there's going to be a transaction where I'm giving and I'm getting, and that goes both ways, then the terms of the transactions have to be set up front. Otherwise, your actions are setting the transactions, and you can't come back and say something contrary to what the actions have already said about what the transaction is supposed to be. So it's quiet. Where the ladies at? I just want to know, how do you let me know what your standards are?
You know why you let me in before you let me know what the standards are? You let me in because you know I ain't going for all that foolishness you talking about. You know that. Oh, you want me to do what? Girl, please, you tripping because you're trying to be different. You're trying to be different from everybody else. And you know if you come in with that foolishness, we're going to tell you to kick rocks. You know that. I'm just saying.
So Mika says, if I like him or the chase, I simply let him know. I think after the chase, we should have a talk about the clear expectations. Now, if he doesn't think he can do that, it should be stated then. Right? Why waste time? But the thing, everybody's wasting time. We wasting time because we're trying to have fun. We're trying to do X, Y, Z. And it's like, you don't have time to be wasting. If you're talking about, I'm talking about people who are trying to be in a relationship and actually be with somebody where it goes long term. You got to be upfront about what's going on. Anthony said that's like asking for 2 more inches when you already know he can't do it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Let me say this. When it comes to expectations, there should be expectations on both sides of the coin. She should have hers and he should have his. Now, at that point, that's when it should be determined whether or not we're going to be able to move forward with this dating thing. You got to, because if that don't come out, listen, women have crazy expectations and guys do too, but they have to be talked about during the courtship to see whether or not we're going to be able to do it. Because if not, you're just wasting time. You're just wasting time. As simple as that. You are just wasting time. Wasting time.
Steve Harvey caught a lot of flack behind the whole 90-day rule and the whole but the purpose of the 90-day rule is to let communication actually happen. So you can decide some things up front before you get too caught up in something that you can't just pull away from. When you take things too far, you get your steps out of order, you can't go back and then try to reorder those things, not without a whole bunch of problems. And when it comes to communication, you can't jump from step 2 to step 6 and then try to come back and hit 3, 4, and 5. You can't do that, especially with men.
Well, you're right, dude. You're right, D. But let me say this. What D is trying to say to y'all in a very educated way is keep your pants up. Everybody should keep their hands to themselves and keep their pants up until they find out if the relationship is going to go anywhere. Y'all, oh my goodness. We want to just hit it and touching and feeling and hugging and squeezing and what are we doing? And then once we get through, we like, you know what? I really like you, but this is what I like and this is what I want. We're like, whoa. That's not what we're doing. Now your feelings in. Do you know how difficult it is to dribble a basketball, right? And be talking to somebody at the same time? It's really difficult to concentrate on 2 things at one time. Some is going to overpower the other, either the conversation or the dribbling of the basketball. Because once you put your mind into it, and because you love one more than you love the other. You either love the basketball or you love the conversation. A lot of times we start dribbling the basketball before we get into the conversation. You know how hard it is? Listen, some things are more dominant. That's why they tell you to wait. That is exactly why they tell you to wait, because you cannot concentrate and think clearly when your hormones are talking to you. When your hormones are talking to you, you can't do it. You cannot do it.
So Selena say, if you a baller, it's not difficult.
Well,
come on now. All right. So you done dribbled quite a few balls in your day. So Monique says, I agree with the idea of waiting, especially when you're wanting something serious. Right. But here's the thing about waiting. That I see happening right now. You say you're waiting, but in the midst of waiting, you keeping up extracurricular activity with somebody else.
I don't know what that means.
You can't be doing that and holding out for Mr. Right or the one. Because he gonna find out.
If you gonna have some standards,
He gonna find out.
If you gonna have some standards, then dog gonna have standards. You decide whether or not you're gonna be upstanding or whether you're gonna be there. You gotta let me know something. The flip flopping and going back, and I don't know. I can't get with that. Let me know something. Don't be going back. And listen, you should always have standards anyway. You should have always had them. I'm so sick of y'all in this. Well, I done got older and I'm more mature and I don't do that kind of stuff no more. Hey, I don't want to hear that. You should have always had standards. You should have always carried yourself like a lady because the doors would have always been open for you. But now, y'all worse than guys. We want to soul out. We want to get out there and do our things. And then, well, that's not who I am no more. What? I'm looking at your file. That's who you are. I'm looking at it.
Not the file. So Mika says half the problem is some men like the chase, but don't know what to do after they get the lady. Now, Mika has a point. I will give her this. Mika has a point. A man not knowing what to do after he has a lady. Listen, manhood is something that guys have to be taught. These things don't always just come automatic. But the guy, listen to what I'm saying, Mika and everybody other woman, the guy who is serious, he is going to seek out the knowledge. He gonna find out. He gonna go talk to some older guys who, you know what I'm saying, gonna let him know what it is. He gonna start hanging around guys who are in relationships and marriages that he say, man, I like what you got. He gonna do the research because that's part of his chase. He don't want to come to you and not be ready. And if he's not ready, he gonna at least say, hey, stick with me. I'm working on something. But how patient are you gonna be with him? Monique says, okay, now sometimes it's hard out here. And it's cold. She said it's cold. John, stop judging.
Okay. Let me say this. Everybody wants to be pursued, but are you pursuable? Because we don't want to run after anything, y'all. And what y'all think may be pursue worthy may not be. If y'all want us to chase y'all need to be chaseable.
Chaseable. Women, are you chaseable? That's a good question.
No, they're not.
Why you say no? Why you think women aren't chaseable anymore? Why not?
Well, if the average one, I'm not gonna say the average. But if women will lower their standards for one thing, let's say if women lower their standards for this, then as men we expect everybody to be doing the same thing. We shouldn't, but men get put in a certain category. All men are dogs. But if we say something similar about women, now, but you can't judge everybody the same. We all different. Well, we get the same thing you guys get. We get the same. So as a culture of women, if you guys set more standards and if y'all gotta hold yourselves in a higher regard before y'all think we gonna do that, because we're not doing it. We just trying to get the booty, and it's up to you to make sure that we know you way more about that than giving it to us and then trying to tell us.
Selena says, someone said it's keeping the motor running so it doesn't die. Okay, so let me just paint a picture for you. You go to a car dealership to buy a new car. You like new car. Nobody's supposed to have driven it in the whole nine, right? It's supposed to be new, everything fresh. But you find out that everybody at the dealership been using that car to run errands, to drive around and do everything. So you get the car and it's got more miles on it than you expected because you were expecting a new car. Are you disappointed with your purchase?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Or do you
bro.
reject the car in the finance office? Do you be like, you know what I'm saying? Nah, this car got more miles than I really want. I wanted a new car.
Or as you sign the papers, you say, you know, I know this got more miles on it than it's supposed to, but I'm gonna sign anyway, and I'm gonna complain about it the whole time. Is that what we do? Some things can't be waited for. Sometimes you got listen. When it comes to relationships, you better say something. You better say, and don't assume we know nothing. We don't know nothing. You better say something.
Okay, Jeffrey says women are great actors. A lot of times, the woman he chased ended up being different than the woman that got him. God forbid he's not that perfection you imagine. I get what he's saying. Here's the thing that I want to get out about this. This is my question. Do women overplay their value?
Do they overplay their value? Yeah, they do. Listen, because they bring certain things to the table, typically below the belt, they think they overplay their value by a mile. Listen, man. Oh my. Yes, they do. They want unrealistic things. They want unrealistic guys until the guys put demands back on them. Yes, they overplay their hand. Most people are average at best. I don't care how pretty you are. I don't care. It's a reason that you by yourself, baby. If you was out at the bag of chips, you wouldn't still be single. Something wrong somewhere. You have an unrealistic opinion of yourself, and you have an unrealistic thing of what men are supposed to do to you or for you, or how they're supposed to present themselves to you. You better come on back down to earth because you on Venus.
So Anthony said, real talk, an older lady will let a guy know exactly what she wants because she don't have time to play. She got to play. Listen. I want to let you know up front. This is what it is. This is what's got to happen. The whole nine. Are you up to the task? But at the same time, he got to be able to say, okay, this is what I need. This is what I want. Are you up to the task? And then now they can make a decision. Say, okay, this thing look like it'll work. So let's pursue it. But is it young people play too many games? Selena says, don't you say average at best. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. I get the sentiment, but we've gassed women up. You a queen. You shouldn't accept nothing less. And all of this. Listen, you are not just a queen because you were born. Now, thing about a queen can be born, but then she is taught how to walk as a queen. She's taught how to behave as a queen. It's not enough to just be born a queen. You got to learn the attitude, the actions, the whole nine, the character of a queen. So you can't be out of character and call yourself a queen because they're not seeing queen. They seeing the ratchetness. You can't come ratchet and then pull up on a dude and say, I'm a queen. No, you can't do that. Get the queen right. Constance says, got to be worth the squeeze. He said, got to be worth the squeeze. Okay, so Monique said, yes, we are. Are you saying we talk about the value, Monique? Is that what we're talking about?
Yes.
Because, okay, Clint say very good question. Clint, I'm trying to get some answers here. I'm trying to get some answers from these women. All right. So Mika says, y'all don't want to run after anything, and we don't want anything running after us. In the name of Jesus, John, trying to be like that. Listen. All right, Monique says, what does lowering the standards look like? That's a great question, Monique. A great question. What does lowering the standards look like? She says the wrong man or woman can change on you, not just women. It has been stated that you have to take the time to get to know a person. That takes communication and time. Exactly. But we're living in a microwave society. Everybody want everything up front right now. They don't want to wait on nothing.
Mm-hmm. You're right. You're right.
They don't want to wait on nothing.
So you telling
what
me
you're trying to decide is if this person is worth.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. No, I'm just saying you right on that, man. And that's what he should be trying to do as well with you. Because you have to prove your worth to him like you want him to prove his to you. And I think the misconception is women just want the guy to prove their worth to them. He's a king just like you are a queen. Or whatever it is y'all say these days. Y'all all that, but it still needs to be proved to each other what exactly you are. Because hey, some people out there just run a game. And by having a constant conversation with somebody, you'll know that. You'll know that. But you can't be so quick to want to just because he's 6'2". He's 6'2" and got the listen, I've been 6'2" before. It ain't all that. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. I've been 6'2". Go on there, you do your thing. Get on, man.
Listen, I'm not gonna sit up here and keep treating somebody like a queen when they're not acting like one. That's frustrating. That is super frustrating. In the same way, listen, I'm not throwing out the king status to everybody either.
Mm-hmm.
Because being a king or it's all about responsibility. How do you handle your responsibilities? And I think to Monique's point, we compromise these standards. We compromise them for the wrong people because we say what we want with our mouth, but our hearts are saying something else. And I don't think we take time to clear up between our minds and our hearts what it is that we're actually wanting. Okay, Jeffy says lowering standards. Lizzo, 5'6", 308 pounds, but wants a tall, athletic man. She said she's not interested in a man that's built like her. Hold up. I get it, Jeffrey, but at least she told him. At least she told him. And listen, if she's patient, she might find. There are men out there that like plus size women, would prefer plus size women over what most men would call attractive. And so if she's prepared to wait on that man, more power to her. That's fine. But at least she said, listen, I'm just letting you know, if you my size, I'm not entertaining. I'm holding out for this.
She said both of us can't be big and her rolling around and breaking beds down, and we can't. No, don't come in here. No, don't come in here with that food. Now, gone now. We're gonna go to a buffet and wreck it. Don't come in here. I can't do it. Somebody got to be the one to pull the other one back. I can't do it. Don't come in here. You got headboard smashed. You just making a dent in everything together as a couple. Oh, girl, do that. Say that because you're right. But again, you can't be mad because she don't put it out there. She put it out. So you can't be mad at her because everybody deserves to have what they want. But now you got to know you might have to wait a little while to get that. But nevertheless, she put it out there.
Okay, Monique says, okay, that's Lizzo's choice. People can go after what they want. How does that affect you? I think she was directing that to Jeffrey.
What?
Listen. And for those of y'all listening, I'm just gonna let y'all know. He said that friction. Anthony is clowning. All right. So here's the thing. Next week we're gonna talk about men holding women accountable. We're gonna talk about that next week. I just want to let y'all know. Men holding women accountable. How does that work? So stay tuned next week for that one. Jeffrey says you asked for an example. I gave one. So he's talking about the unrealistic expectations. And get live in the comments tonight.
Yes. Listen, I think a lot of the problem is though, man, in pursuing, you know, man, we got to decide what we got. Do you want to be pursued sometime or all the time? Make up your mind what you want, man. I think it starts there. You know, do you want to be pursued? You know, well, no, not today. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah, what are we doing? Comments getting out of hand.
What are we doing? What are we doing, y'all? What are we doing?
Let's get a little live in the comments.
Yeah, let's we
get
all
a little live in the comments.
We all adults.
Y'all behave.
All right. Yeah. So, all right. So my final thought today is: I know it seems like that I'm really tough and hard on women, but I think women have to understand this: women are as precious as they carry themselves. It's not as precious as you say. It's not as precious as you look. You are as precious and are as what's the word? Like a diamond. You are as you are everything that you think you are, but only if you carry yourself. And too many times we don't carry ourselves away. So if you want a man to chase you, get your act together. Get your act together. You know, listen, you got some issues. You got some issues that you need to straighten out. And don't be coming over here telling me, why do I change it? We ain't changing because y'all ain't running. And that's my final thought. Y'all be blessed now. Yeah.
Okay, I'm back. I remember hearing psychologist Jordan Peterson. He said, when ignorance is bliss, it's folly to be wise. And people are wondering why women won't state what it is they really want. In the same time you state what you really want, now you have clearly defined what failure means at the same time. And nobody wants to fail. The problem is you got to be brave to actually state what you want, even if it means risking failure. So you got to look at the factor of the meantime. I think that's what we got to master, the meantime. In the meantime, while I'm waiting for what I want, what do I do? How do I handle myself in the meantime? Once we master the meantime, I think a lot of this stuff goes away and we get better at relationships. We get better at the waiting and dating. We get better at the whole nine. Master the meantime. And I watch things turn around for you. And that's our King Speak for this week.
Well,
hey, man.
There we go. Let me say this right quick. I just want to say, guys, in all fairness and fun, we're just trying to help. We're trying to help. You know, I want it to be. We want to be comical. Yeah. We want to show some enlightening, some good stuff, man. But that's what D for. That's not what I'm for. So, but again, hey man, we're trying to help. Real talk. We're trying to help. And if you, at some point, you got to self-evaluate and say, hey guys, maybe my expectations are unrealistic. You know, I'm just saying sometimes we gotta take a look at ourselves and see if there's more that we could be doing. I'm just saying, man. My brother.
So just a heads up, everybody. Our one of our Man Talk Monday sisters, Miss Monique, she says join me on Clubhouse tomorrow. And she's going to do a talk called A Queen Mindset. It's going to be at 7:30. A Queen Mindset. Monique, real quick, remind me of your club. What's the name of your club so I can let everybody know? So this will be 7:30 tomorrow. She's going to be talking about a Queen Mindset talk, right? Clubhouse, you know, you can go on. Everybody can actually talk. So I think it'll be a great conversation. I'm going to tune in and see what people are saying. Inspired Worth. So look for the club Inspired Worth. That's the name of her club. 7:30 tomorrow. Catch that talk. Don't forget, next week we're talking about men holding women accountable. What does that look like? Right? So that's what we're gonna get into it next week. But don't forget, check out our podcast. Catch it on Apple, Spotify, Google, anywhere you're going to listen to podcasts. Like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends about us. If you like what we're doing. Shout out to all our African brothers that listen to the show. We realize we found out we got some African brothers that listen. Thank you guys for tuning in, chiming in the whole nine. We appreciate the love. Well, that's it for this week. We're going to catch y'all next week, 7 o'clock. We'll see y'all.
Be blessed.
Out.